Good morning, Scotland. Good morning, social media land. I hope you are well. It is Monday, the 9th of June, 2025. Something broke in Hamilton, but it wasn't the people and it wasn't the movement. I think it was the message. For once, it's not the grassroots saying it. It's not just activists out in the rain, hoarse from shouting into the void. There are those within the SNP who see this too. Not all follow the party line. Some still understand that politics is a tool, nothing more. And to those brothers and sisters, I say this: make your voices heard. The campaign failed because the cause was missing. The people didn't walk away from independence. They were never asked to walk towards it. Voters didn't turn away because they stopped believing. They turned away because no one spoke to that value, to that belief, to that need for independence. They already knew that there was a cost of living crisis. They already knew that the SNP governed better than Westminster. They even saw the party take a moral stand, calling out Reform UK's racist dog whistle attack on Anna Sarwar. That moment really mattered. It should have been loud, which it was. It should have been clear, which it was. And it should have been over within a day. Instead, Reform became the headline. Reform became the enemy. They became the story. In a seat that they were never going to win. Meanwhile, Labour, the real danger in Hamilton, was allowed to coast along. And the SNP's record, spoken of like a PowerPoint presentation, safe, polite, and forgettable. This was the moment to tie everything back to the cause, to say this is why we need independence, to remind people we are not just better than Westminster, we're not just better than them, we're building a different future altogether. But the campaign didn't say that because it didn't dare to. Even when they had the moral high ground, they did not use it to climb. They didn't connect it to vision. They didn't connect it to nationhood. They didn't connect it to independence. And that's the difference between holding office and forwarding a cause. Because this party was built on one truth, that Scotland should govern itself. Not just manage crisis after crisis handed down by a government we didn't vote for. Not just survive, but decide. That's the product. That is the unique selling point. That is what they should be shouting from on every stage, every doorstep, and every single ballot box event. Instead, as one SNP voice finally admitted,
how is it possible that a party stops talking about its USP, its unique selling point, its raison d'etre, when support for independence is sitting at 50% in the polls? Really, we should have been capitalising on the fact that Starmer is a deeply unpopular Prime Minister who cut the winter fuel payment, who cut support for disabled people, who threw the workers of Grangemouth to the wolves.
Tony's right. 100% right. Independence is sitting at around 50%. Greater in the most recent polls, and in my opinion, probably around about 60 or 65%. That is our brand. That is what we need to stamp upon every single conversation. That is what the SNP need to use to say, look what we've done. We could do even more if we were independent. Hamilton wasn't a swing to the Union. It wasn't some seismic shift. It was worse than that. It was a shrinking, a stepping back, a silence. Not from the people, but from the campaign. There was no vision, no fire, no independence mentioned. And yet, the movement is still here. Not broken, not gone. Just waiting. Waiting to be spoken to with purpose. Waiting for a strategy that makes sense, waiting for a political leadership to insert itself into the masses and work with us. Leadership isn't found in press conferences. It's found on the streets, in the voices, in the resistance that has never stopped. So if you intend to be part of what leads us, lead with independence. And if you won't, you need to follow the people who will, because the cause is king and politics is just a tool. The movement leads. The question is, are you coming with us?
We walk down roads with nothing to say, flags packed away for another day, posters up but not the one that mattered, hollow words where hope once gathered. But we remember what the fire felt like when voices rose and the stars aligned. You didn't lose the people, you just left them in the dark. No dream to chase, no guiding spark. It wasn't silence from the streets, it was silence from the stage. The ones who should have led forgot to turn the page.
They came with leaflets, stats and schemes, but no one dared to speak the dream. You can't inspire with half a heart. You can't win if you don't even start. Still we remember what the fire felt like, and it's still burning out of sight. You didn't lose the people, you just left them in the dark. No dream to chase, no guiding spark. It wasn't silence from the streets, it was silence from the stage. The ones who should have led forgot to turn the page. We waited for the call that never came. We carried the torch, you just dropped the flame. But we're still here, boots on the ground, still building the country you couldn't pronounce. The banners wave, but not from you. The ones you left behind still follow through. We're not the ones who turned away. You were just too scared to say, and we remember what the fire felt like. We're not done, we're reigniting tonight. You didn't lose the people, you just left them in the dark. No dream to chase, no guiding spark. It wasn't silence from the streets, it was silence from the stage. The ones who should have led forgot to turn the page. You didn't lose the people, you just left them in the dark. We still believe, but now we lead. The movement walks with or without your mark.